I've still got 2 items still.
Yeah, you still got 2 items. Just as we went live, you still got 2 items in Pornhub.
Heading in the car.
In Pornhub. Right, okay. You wait till your missus sees the start of the show and finds out you've been on Pornhub. I'll get you in trouble.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Evening, guys. First thing of the show before I engage full ranty mode. And I'm sure a lot of you have already heard this bit of bad news. And this isn't any way to do with the government. This is to do with somebody who I've met and I consider a sort of a friend, someone I know. Is Mike Vapes, who unfortunately his wife has passed away. So we all want to send our condolences, even though we have done it already, but we'll send them sort of online, as it were. And I'm sure he's been inundated with everybody saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and blah 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 blah, like you do at that time. Yeah, shit, absolute shit, really is. It's awful news. As for what Mike is going to do, that is entirely up to him. Don't pester him. If you do contact him, just send him best wishes, because that's all you can do for the guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in time, he'll whatever he's going to do, he'll let people know. I'm sure. So
at the minute, he doesn't know which way he's up, though.
Any surprise? I mean, he's been with her for. He's been with her for a long, long time, hasn't he?
Over 20 years.
And terrible thing to lose somebody in that way. Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's sort of the heartbreaking bit of news for anybody who's met Mike. And he is a bit of a loony, is Mike, especially if he's had cranberry juice and vodka. But I'm not saying more about that, Mike. But he's a bit of a loony. So, and I know he's got some good friends in ST and all of those lot, and I think they'll see him all right in the end.
Yeah,
he'll get there. Yeah. On to the other ships bit. I'll do the how's all you guys first.
I'm still here. I've got an insult with the doctor tomorrow. Consult with the doctor.
An insult with the doctor, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure she found me. But I'd rather have a doctor who was honest with me.
I mean, Tyler looks like he's just got out the psych ward in that orange top.
And going into it, coming out of it, it's the same thing, really.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Ahoy, Captain.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah. At least everybody's still kind of breathing. That's a good start. Now on to the fun bit before I start ranting too much. The news of the taxes that are going on to e-liquid for vaping, which is a major shock to everybody involved, I know, because none of us knew anything about this. It was so sudden.
Hi, Mike.
Maybe some sarcasm in here.
Mike.
Oh, good evening, Captain Coconut. And the fact that, the entire vape community buried their heads in the sand and didn't know it was happening. What vape tax? And now all of a sudden, everywhere on Facebook, all you're seeing is, oh, they put tax on it. That was a shock. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
It's a fuck up. Yes, it is. Isn't it, Vic? I am making things personal because some of us did try and get this message out there. And I'm not saying I want credit for what we all did. I'm not saying that. But we went to other people and we asked for some help to get the message out so that we could help other people in vaping try and maybe challenge this. Now, whether we would have got anywhere, I don't think we would. Not with Keir Starmer and his party. I think we would have been well and truly clocked. But it was worth trying. Nobody was interested in trying that, it would appear. Now it's happened. We're now at that stage where everybody's running around panicking about the fact. Exactly, Stevie. I mean, me and Bill said this before the show.
Oh, yeah, pretty right.
We said to her, on the show about the news is here. Here is the information at .gov. Go and have a look for yourselves. This is what they're planning. This is what is going to happen. This isn't bullshit. This is government site. It is official. Go and look. We need to do something. It was even in those consultancy papers and surveys that everyone pushed everyone to go and sign and do. Information was all there.
Yeah.
But people were too busy thinking, and this isn't a dig at you or anybody else, Craig. I want to go to Expo. I want to get pissed up with my mates. That's great. You go and have a party because probably by the end of 2026, vaping will not exist.
There won't be a May Expo, that'll be guaranteed, because no one's going to pay 40 odd quid for a bottle of liquid.
No.
Oh, exactly.
It's the same thing that happened with the States, and we said this with Tyler when we were talking before we ever did a show. You had the likes of Grim flogging his guts out, made himself ill, trying to tell people, look, this is what's happening. Look, this is going on. Is it? Oh, look, I've got a new mech mod. No, it's very true what Dave Salford said. It's very easy to get people to listen to you. Trying to get people to actually help and get off their arse and do something. Fuck me, it's hard work.
Yeah.
Exactly, Steve. It's banging your head against a brick wall. And Lisa, it is the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's I would say stockpile, as much as you can. But don't please anybody go doing anything stupid and putting themselves in debt either. Don't be silly about it, kind of, if you can afford to do it, and the best poll now is going to be learn how to mix.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it doesn't, Mike. It means you go and learn how to mix your own e-liquids. You know what flavors you like. That you're not an idiot. You're not an idiot, Mike. You could make your own e-liquids.
I say the one thing is we're going to have to start running the gauntlet again with the bakery companies.
Well, I've already, as I said to you guys, I've got my own little plan, which I will tell everybody in future about a few things that I have in my head that I'm of ways around things. Nothing bathtub, no dodgy liquids, but it would be a way, let's say, around things. soon as I know if that is a viable thing, then I will tell people for definite on the show.
See,
It will,
I had the thought the other day. Now, VG and PG is still used in pharmaceutical manufacturing, soap, and all that sort of thing, and food manufacture. Okay, what if people were actually using base mix?
Base mix will get taxed.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
if
Base
you're
mix will get
buying,
taxed.
but
Base
if you're
mix-
buying separate VG, PG, I mean, it's the simplest form of mixing. You mix, do half and half, you've got a 50-50 mix ready to go.
I was going to say, this may sound stupid, but it may also be worth buying from 2 different suppliers.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, and I would urge people not to do, is go out and buy sort of 300 litres of VG and PG for home use, because, then people are going to go, hold on a minute. Somebody's taking the piss a bit here. If we're sensible about it, that vaping could still continue for quite a while yet. The thing is, Mike, yes, you've tried and you've not had any success. Okay. You need somebody who can give you some guidance in how to make your own e-liquids.
Yeah.
Right? You need to find somebody, and I'm sure there is somebody, even if it's me or Bill, can give you a little bit of guidance, or maybe Jane can give you, or somebody can give you some guidance, right? There's people out there who will help. There are still people in the community who give a fuck. Not everybody is an arsehole.
Yeah.
I think we're stuck with this tax unless by some miracle Keir Starmer was to be hit by a lorry in Parliament. Mike, what you like driving lorries? I think I said it before on it. I think what's going to happen, they're going to trying to bring in a ban like they did with the States and Australia and New Zealand, and all of a sudden in a couple of years' time they're going to go, you know what, this vaping thing is actually the best way of getting somebody else correct. And all of a sudden they want to bring vaping back. I can honestly see that happening.
Well, Australia's
But
already
then,
again.
but by then it's probably going to be too late.
It will be too late
all
in
the-
some regards, yeah.
Because a lot of all the independent juice manufacturers, because bear in mind this tax gets put on at manufacture.
Yeah.
A lot of these small independent companies like Black Rose Elixirs, Lucius, Fluid, although especially King's Custard, Jane, all these small little independent bespoke juice companies,
They're fucked.
they're fucked.
Sorry, and I don't want anybody, if they watch this, to me be thinking, oh, well, fuck you to Fluid or whoever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the reality is they are not going to be able to do it because of cost.
Yeah, I mean, Jane's hobby is making
even
the
if they
juice.
pull it off, no one's gonna. Even if they pull it off completely, no one's gonna buy the same volume of juice. It just be realistic. You're gonna buy a bottle at a time, and you're gonna run through that bottle and buy another bottle.
Jane's got her other sort of side. I don't know what you call it, hobby, I suppose. She does her beard balms and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is purely for her. She enjoys mixing up different flavors, and she's very, very, very good at it. Anybody
But
who's
that's
ever had
also part of her release and part of her therapy for the job that she does.
Yeah, I mean, she
To
does
get away from the stress of the job.
You know, a lot of people don't know the job she does. Not my place to say, but she works in a very stressful situation. So her way of doing it is to come home and sit there and mix and play with liquids and come up with some pretty amazing flavours when she can. So it's a hobby. So, I mean, Jane, I would have said, will probably keep going for a bit. Whether she'll, because she sort of started just doing it for friends and family type of thing at one point. Whether she'll continue with that, but then you're on dodgy ground, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you get caught, the same with Nevins and Pugs. They're going to be in the same position.
Although it's Wicklicker that makes theirs, though, isn't it?
It's Wicklicker that make it, but they do the flavour. They do sort of the flavour side of it, don't they?
Yeah, but it's their company. It's their company. They're just subcontracting the actual manufacturer.
Now I know Wicklicker are a reasonably big company, but they're still not that big. They're not that big.
Yeah. How long will they stay a big company? Because by the time you've tripled the cost of a bottle of e-liquid, it's not going to happen.
Well, they move. Excuse me. They moved premises. Start of the year, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
I mean, they haven't got a lot. They're not they're not worth millions of pounds. They're not. You know, we're not talking about a multi-million-pound company. They're in Dubai, yes, Mike, but they're not a big company as such.
It'll kill the shops because.
Oh yeah, we said that a while ago as well.
Because the cost on retail is going to be horrendous because the shop's got to make a margin on top of duty.
Yeah. One think about it like it is over here. Over here, the disposables saved all those vape shops. But then now you have the disposables going at the same time. They're just going to disappear.
Stevie, I can ban you, you know.
Oh, God.
Fucking pop-up pirate causing trouble. Yeah. Oh, believe me, Stevie, don't even get me started on them. Yeah. Saving us.
Yeah. John Dunn's little interview with Vic at Expo has proved to be completely wrong. They're going to put a moderate duty on all e-liquid.
April 2026.
I'm sorry, but 200% is not moderate.
It's all right, Bill. I'm going to up the tax on your car. I'm only putting 500% on it. That is not moderate. That is taking the P.
Matt.
Oh, yeah.
I know what my tax is going to be. Road tax is going to be next year, and it's up 40%.
Yeah. Yeah. I also said something else. Now,
there's already up in road tax.
There's some of us in here who are old, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe looking at my young face, but some of us are old. And some of us remember the 70s.
Yep.
And I'm predicting the winter of discontent and the 3-day week is coming back. So anybody who voted for Labour, and I can think of two people in particular in my head, who shall remain nameless,
I can think of a third one. I can think of a third one.
Those idiots. Go and look at the Winter of Discontent and the 3-day week in the UK, when we had outside crematoriums, we had coffins piled up outside because there was nobody to bury the bodies. We had rubbish outside. Now, if you want to go back to that, keep following Keir Starmer, because that is what that bastard is going to do. Old people dying because of lack of heating. There's no doubt in my mind that's going to happen, and I'm sorry. I am really sorry for those people. How the hell you help those people, I don't know. The one thing I would say is, if you have elderly neighbours and you can help them, maybe even cook them like a bit of extra food as a warm meal. Do it, because they deserve it. Mind you, Keir Starmer will probably try and tax you on the extra meal that you've cooked for somebody else, knowing him. But no, I know you didn't vote for him, Mike. I know you didn't. It's just that the people there's a few people who voted for Labour. Now Labour are in, and Labour are ballsing up everything, and now sat there crying about it because Labour are in and fucking it up. Well, I'm sorry, you don't have a right to fucking cry about it. You got what you wanted.
We already said we already said we know they're going to do this.
You. I mean, you, me, Lee, Lisa. I think. Tyler. We've all talked about this over time, and we've all said, "Well, this is what's going to happen." You can see what's going to happen. You've got Keir Starmer, and behind him, like in the Iron Maiden, picture, you've got Tony Blair pulling the strings above him, doing the old fucking.
Yeah.
Tony Blair is behind this, and then also in the picture in the background, you've got Corbyn. That is not going to end well. The issue we've got now is trying to get rid of Corbyn. Or rid of Corbyn, rid of fucking all of them. I don't know how you get rid of them. Well, I do know how I'd get rid of them, but that apparently is illegal. Exactly, Lee. Yeah, China are pulling the strings. And America isn't getting out of this one, because we all know that you're in debt to America. America's in debt to China.
Well, not just that. Think we have 2 days to the election.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
You think it's bad now?
Oh, it's going to get so much worse.
It's going to get a lot worse for you. Just to cheer you up a bit. But it's the reality, isn't it?
It's certainly
no, it is though.
It's going to get a hell of a lot worse if the big Cheeto gets back in.
Oh, Garfield.
When he's promising all this stuff, oh, well, we're going to do this for taxation, and we're going to stop taxing overtime and this and that. Okay, that's all these little candy things you're throwing out there for people. You just want people to see, the sweet parts of the deal and try to go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not going to tax overtime, but they're going to tax your main wage by 20%.
It's no different to what Labour did here. Back when it was Tony Blair, we're gonna get more housing and more schooling and better accommodation and do this and do that. Where's the money coming from? Oh, it's all right. We're going to borrow it. Where from? Oh, don't worry about that. It'll be all right.
Well, Tony Blair managed to take us from AAA credit down to A. And we only just kept the A.
Yeah. Yeah, but the giant Cheeto went one better. He ran out of money. Not a problem. I'll print some more.
That was, yeah.
Do you know what? I can imagine him as a child, right, playing Monopoly, and he sat round the table with the family. He'd be the kid who'd have his fingers over, like nicking the notes out the Monopoly set, wouldn't he?
No, he'd have a second set. And you suddenly go, hang on a minute, how have you got £50,000 when there's only 20,000 in the total pot?
Oh, God. Politics is a bit like magic, isn't it?
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Look at this hand. Look what it's doing.
Yeah. Distraction.
Yeah. So there's a cheerful thought for you. The end of vaping is nigh.
The end of a lot of things is nigh with what's been brought in. I mean, it sounds a minor thing, but dropping the threshold from 9,100 to 5,000 on employers' national insurance and increasing the national insurance, for a lot of people, that's going to double the national insurance.
Yeah.
And employers can't afford it.
It's got to break businesses. Well, you think how many supermarket chains have people who don't work full hours, they work part-time hours for whatever reason. It's going to destroy that. They're not going. You're not going to be out. They're either going to have to go to a full-time position, in which case they'll have to get rid of somebody else, or they're going to have to pay out double wages, which isn't viable for the company. So somebody somewhere is losing a job, at the very least.
Yeah.
Pay rises, you can forget that, Lee.
Yeah.
But the bonus is, Lee, we've got a hold on the fuel costs till next year. But come next year, guaranteed the fuel price is going to go up.
I'll say it's only guaranteed until April.
I think they might keep it. I think they might. I'm hoping so. If they don't, this country is bad.
Problem is, if that ends up happening, there's going to be a lot more people bilking. Going to be a hell of a lot more people bilking.
You think how many people are going to be able to not actually go to work because you're just not going to be able to afford to go to work.
Yeah.
But you've got to go to work because the government won't allow you to not go to work. So you've got to go to work to pay the government for the chance to go to work. Help me, it sounds like China, doesn't it?
Well, that's good, Mike.
Yes, yeah, they are. They are, Steve. The thing is, if they destroy farming, where are we going to get that food from? We're going to have to import it, which is going to cost more. If we import, it's going to cost us more to import.
Either that or your food's going to look like mine. Everything's going to be processed.
And commit a suicide now.
Well, I think it's the cheaper option. That's what the U.S. did years ago.
The thing is, there's only so many corners you can cut producing food, because unless they change the laws and drop food standards,
which
I think
they will. we have minimum food standards, Tyler. That's
Right.
something. We've got a system of it's only legal if you can prove it's safe. You've got it's legal until you can prove it's not safe.
Oh, exactly. I mean, shoot, Mountain Dew's still legal.
Yeah. But you can't prove it's not safe. We know it's not safe, but
it's only got ingredients that are proven for memory loss and everything else, but it's all right.
You've only got to look at what it's doing to the people in America. Your food is killing people.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt.
But then why not? Because people can't afford healthcare in America because they're going to die anyway. So if the food kills them quicker, there you go.
So then all we need to do, we take the dead bodies, we take those to a big plant.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green, there you go. Problem solved.
It always comes back to the Soylent Green with you, Matt. I swear. It's like your head is always...
my head is always dark, yeah. You think that it's a joke, right? And it is a joke up to a point. But the point of is the American government trying to kill off people to minimize the amount of people it has to feed?
Well, think about it.
More profit.
You're basically encouraging smoking again. You know, you're damning anything that's going to actually do a serious help. Because I'm sorry, all these little, I don't care what anybody says. I'm not a fan of the packet, the snus packets. The patches. I don't think the gums. I don't think it works. I really don't. I've seen bad side effects.
Yeah, snus can work.
See, I've never tried it, so I can't say anything on it.
Snus works. Yeah, snus works. Sweden's proved it.
I've tried it. It's not something that I would go to every day. But then I have the option. I have the option that I'm at the moment. I have the option of I can vape. If it wasn't an option, would I consider going to snus? Yes, because it's a good option. And it does work.
I've used snus when I've got to go into hospital because it means I don't have to walk out of the building and go outside to have a vape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one thing I'll say I'm privileged in is I've always had enough, e-liquid around and priced just barely enough to afford that I'm never worried about the alternatives. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, technically, snus isn't legal in the UK.
No. And it's not legal to sell in the UK, but it is legal to have in the UK, if that makes sense. So if you came here on holiday and you had snus, for instance, Tyler, you'd be quite all right. You could, not an issue. But
if you're caught actually buying it there,
then it's illegal.
You see, Sweden and Norway have got an exemption. We can make snus legal because we're no longer part of the EU. Will they make it legal?
Yes, Mike.
Doubt it.
Exactly, Mike. Yeah, like weed seeds. You can buy the seeds in the UK.
As long as you're not going to germinate them.
But as soon as you germinate them and grow a crop of weed, then it's illegal. If I go 10 miles from here and go over the border into the south, it's legal to grow. I wonder how much a small farm would be in this. No, anyway.
Well, you only need something the size of a croft. You know, so it's
But that's also what they're doing with the disposables. It's illegal to sell, but you can still import them into the country.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a thriving black market for you then.
Well, it's already thriving, Craig.
Oh, even more then.
Don't make it too obvious, will you, Mike, that I'm your drug dealer? You know, don't tell anyone.
I'm more concerned about the small quantity he's asking for at a time.
Send it by the pound. Fuck it.
Dad, can we have some cereal too?
I mean, personally, I don't see why they don't make cannabis legal anyway in the UK, but a whole other story. Because you're never going to eradicate people smoking cannabis.
No.
Never going to stop it. And the amount of money that this country wastes on trying to get drug dealers for selling cannabis is ridiculous. If you went the other route, which is to therefore make it a legal substance, and it has to be bought from a proper shop, wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be an issue. You could then get tax on the cannabis. It would, it would be clean. It would be clean and green.
Don't go giving them more ideas for how to tax us.
Yeah, but I'm saying the government could have gone the same way with vaping, taxed at a reasonable level. We wouldn't have had an issue.
No.
But no, the government fucked it up as usual.
I mean, even a duty that's going to double the cost would have been more tolerable than this.
Yeah.
Which is going to treble and quadruple the cost.
The thing is, Stevie, I agree. They will tax it eventually. But instead of taxing it eventually, if they taxed it when it was first spoken about with cannabis, which was a lot of years ago, over 20, they could have legalized it at a reasonable level. They would have been getting a constant income of tax from that. Wouldn't have been an issue. And the police could have done their job elsewhere.
It would also have reduced the market for Class A's.
Yep.
Because a lot of people using Class A's, it's only because it's hard to get hold of a bit of green.
Yep. So they end up using spice, which is considered a Class A drug.
And I'm sorry, anybody that has to go to, that guy to get your stuff, you're just asking for trouble. You're asking to be around other things you don't want to be around. I can go down to the street to a store now and walk in, show my ID, prove my age, and there you go.
He still has to show his.
They scan your ID to make sure everything's real.
Yeah, but at least it's not on intellectual age.
We'd be fucked then, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah.
I'd be cut off real quick.
Well, I mean, 25 years ago, they were talking about legalizing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, they were talking about the medical route.
Yeah.
And that got jumped on when Tony Blair came in.
Tony Blair. Blurs the truth.
Completely. But it's like we said last week, this whole ban on disposables, they've not brought it in as anything to do with vaping. They brought it in under child protection and environmental protection.
Save the children. Save the children. You know, the only two campaigns I can ever think of where they've used save the children have been cannabis, vaping, and heavy metal.
Yeah.
I like all three of them things.
Mm.
Fuck off. Leave them alone, you bunch of wankers. How about bringing a campaign to save the kids from MPs who are paedophiles? Because there's plenty of them.
Or TV presenters.
Yeah. Well, we know there's a few of them.
Alleged.
Allegedly, yes.
No,
allegedly.
it's not allegedly. It's proven.
Some that are alleged, some that are proven.
And I guarantee there's still MPs in positions of power. Oh, and rappers, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean P. Fiddley?
So what did they call him? The baby oil king of the West? It was something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
P. Fiddler. Dirty little bastard. Never liked him, but
But so I read a good article today that said intellectually heavy metal's the most intellectual of all the musical styles.
well, say no more. Just look at me and Lee. What else can you say? You know, I mean, just look at us. Look at the show. You know, our show, Lee's show, is like the replacement for Mastermind. That's a bit of a stretch.
That Mastermind for kids.
Mastermind for kids. Yeah.
Kids Mastermind.
I don't know. I watched that Kids Mastermind. I couldn't answer some of those questions.
Some of them are good. Yeah.
Some of them are really obscure.
Yeah.
It's like that series that they did with Dick and Dom and Noel Edmonds. Are you smarter than a 10-year-old? No, I'm fucking not. I might have more common sense, but I'm not. Ask me any maths questions, I'm fucking useless.
Some of them 10-year-olds are right little clever fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Also, they have an American version of that show that was on a few years ago, and I remember that, and it was the same problem. Were you smarter than a fifth grader? Not as I thought I was. I really thought I was until you started asking me these questions I haven't thought about in 10 years. Well,
maybe they
should
should,
Matt's
they
a
should
little further out there.
They should do a new version. Are you smarter than Donald Trump?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say the man from Manchester, but that's just me.
Anybody's smarter than that. As long as you've got a pulse, you're smarter than that.
Hey, I've got a window and a vape.
I so wanted him to fall out that window. Just, are you smarter than the Labour Party? I think anybody's smarter than the Labour Party at the minute, Lee.
Mm.
I'll say that. The problem for the Labour Party is they think we're all as stupid as them.
They rely on everybody being stupid, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Master, it's the old thing, isn't it? A person is clever, people are stupid.
Yeah.
And they rely on people. But I mean, we've got one of the largest government majorities on the smallest vote.
Yeah. That says a lot, though.
Yeah, it does.
Funnily enough, Lisa, so's mine, and I broke it. So broken toenails smarter than the Labour Party.
You see, I think the Labour Party aren't stupid. I think they're cunning.
Oh, they've always been sly little.
They're very cunning in what they do.
That's one of those. Rick Mills' character was not a joke.
Yeah.
Alan Bastard.
Ah, yes. The problem is now there's no good whining about it because you've got the Labour Party and there's
we've got to live with it, but
unless you can find a way of getting rid of them, getting them out. But even if you were to get them out, how are you going to reverse some of the policies that they brought in?
very difficult because they brought it in as law without consultation.
Exactly.
And that makes it difficult.
Yeah. It's an option. It's a definite option, Lee. And as you have got the beard that goes with the Guy Fawkes thing, and I will buy you the hat.
Mm-hmm.
You do look a bit like Guy Fawkes, so we are nominating you to go and blow up Parliament.
Mom's home.
We don't actually have to. I actually like Parliament. I actually like the building, to be honest. I think it's a really beautiful building.
Fantastic.
And like, you know, the tower, Big Ben, the tower. I think it's a beautiful architecture.
The Elizabeth Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
It's just a shame that it's the people that are in it.
Yeah, it's wasted on those idiots.
Mm-hmm.
It houses a group of complete morons.
Scheming, conniving, backstabbing, two-faced morons.
That are only interested in making money for themselves.
That's the one, Leaf. Yeah, architecture is stunning. Shame about the inhabitants. Kind of about just being a bit, kind of about my views about religion as well. And I'm not wishing to dig at anybody here, but I find some churches and abbeys and things like that, I think the architecture of them is stunning. I think it's amazing. I mean, I've been lucky enough to see the Vatican City in Rome. I mean, the architecture of it is beautiful, absolutely stunning. So beautiful, really is beautiful. And yet, the Catholic religion, as far as, well, I'm going further with that, but I don't have any time for that. But Jesus Christ, it just proves where the money came from when you look at that place.
Oh, they definitely made a lot of money.
Yeah. When that plate goes around asking for donations, you can see where it goes from. It goes to.
Yeah.
One of my greatest experiences that I've been standing on the top of on the dome. There's the little rail that goes around St. Peter. I was 6 years old, and I remember looking over the back. And as you look over the back, you've got what's called the Papal Gardens. And if you look at it, it is perfection. It is stunning. It is everything is perfect. And at the back of it, on the side, you've got a wall goes around. And the other side of that wall is one of the poorest parts of Rome.
Yeah.
And it's literally the wall and a street. Between the two, you see one part that is amazing and worth millions, marble statues and all of that. and you look over the wall, and there's people sat there on the street suffering and dying. That sums up the Catholic religion for me from 6 years old. But that's just my little rant. But people are entitled to their views on, obviously, religion.
The Sagrada Familia is the same. Absolutely stunning building.
Never seen that, and I would love to see it because it's supposed to be absolutely amazing. But
It is. I didn't go up the towers.
No,
because we didn't have time.
It'd take you a while to go up those. Fuck me.
Oh, there's a lift. So the lift can only take 2 people at a time. And takes 10 minutes each way.
Yeah, now. We've been to Notre Dame before it burnt down, before anyone says anything. Well, lucky as a kid, I went to a lot of places like that.
Yeah, but I mean, York Minster is a stunning building.
Yeah.
So is Ripon Cathedral.
I tell you another one that is Lincoln Cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time I've been down here for, I haven't been in Exeter Cathedral either.
I've been to Exeter Cathedral. Actually. Yeah, it's another good one.
That's Boston Stump's got something about it.
Yeah, it's definitely got something about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
they nick the roof.
No, Boston Stump. It's called the Stump because obviously where it stops, the spire is a flat spire. There was meant to have been a spire going to a point on top of that.
Yeah.
275 feet to the highest point, and they were going to put a spire on top of it.
No, not a dad on the couch.
All built by hand, that was.
Yeah.
It's all Pokemon stuff.
Crazy.
I'm trying to remember the name of the one with Crooked Spire where they'd used unseasoned timber. So it's twisted and crooked. Is that Chesterfield?
It might be. I mean, obviously you've got the tower in Pisa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is slowly falling over.
Yeah.
Every year they have to go. They've actually got jacks inside. Every year they have to go in and jack it up a bit more to stop it falling.
Oh, it is Chesterfield.
Chesterfield. Yeah. Yeah, they used green oak, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think it was green oak. Bodgett and Scarpa, the builders.
Mm.
I didn't know Mank was into building.
It wouldn't have got above 3 feet if he'd been building it.
Probably the same people that did Sheldon Bridge, because the pillars for keeping Sheldon Bridge up, the inside of them are made of wood. Not concrete, wood. So they have to raise the bridge every year to check everything with the bridge. Brilliant.
Master, I mean, the Geordie Bridge is that's hollow inside in the towers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what, Lee? I've never paid to get into York Minster. All the times I've been there, I've never paid.
I think I did last time I went. I paid, and I know it wasn't cheap then. It was expensive.
But then again, I've actually been in York Minster for things like choir festivals, so I've sung in there.
Bill was touched by the abbot.
Bill was not touched by the abbot. It was the bishop.
He was bashed by the bishop.
Touched in the mitre.
That's all right. I used to hitchhike to go everywhere, and I actually got a lift. You know the Bishop of Durham.
The biker.
Yeah, who'd just been invested just before the Rose Window burnt down.
He was a nice bloke.
He was a really nice bloke. I got a lift with him up as far as Durham.
Biggest shock I ever got that was he did a funeral for a friend of mine who was a biker, and he actually turned up on his bike. The bishop,
Yeah,
absolutely sound bloke.
yeah. For Durham, like there's the south turning to get into Durham, which would have been his direct way. He went all the way up and took the furthest north road back down to drop me off to give me the best chance of getting where I was going.
Yeah.
I had a real good chat with him.
There are some decent clergy. There are some decent ones. They're not all bad people.
No, the old Bishop of Whitby used to be a nice guy, Gordon, because I was there. I was in the choir at the time, and I was the only one who smoked, and Gordon was a smoker, so we'd both be sneaking out the back of the church to have a cigarette. I still remember he used to smoke Super Kings. Yeah.
Yes, Dave Allen was part of the clergy. Yes. I like Dave's opinion on the clergy. He was clued up. He had it right.
Dave Allen was clued up on a lot more than people thought.
I need to make it up and on it. I got this. Okay.
It was just he used to upset people by telling them the truth.
Yeah. I'm afraid sometimes the only way to get your opinion across to people is to upset them.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be the only way that you actually get a reaction from those people. And if people ignore you when you upset them, it usually means you're right and that they haven't got a clue what they're on about.
Yeah, can I make the dog's food?
As points have been proven with that one with the vaping stuff, but
This bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a great example of a comedian who told the truth brutally, Bill Hicks.
Oh, I love Bill Hicks. I loved him to bits. He was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was before. That was at a time when you could actually say it without the woke community bollocks. And
Oh yeah.
if you don't like a comedian, don't watch him. It's that simple.
Nice. Well, we've said this before. Chubby Brown's upset a lot of people with what he said. Yeah,
One or two.
he can come across as a bit misogynistic.
I find some of what Chubby says funny. Some, but not all. I'm a bigger fan of people like Billy Connolly, Robin Williams, Les Dawson, who was still playing it. They'd still play it a bit on the dark side, but they had a way of doing it.
But then again, I've actually been drinking with Chubby Brown when he's been out with his rock and roll band. And he's a totally different person when he's out with the band to the character he is as Chubby Brown.
Yeah.
Because I mean, where I used to live was only 10 miles from one of the clubs he played fairly regularly in. Because I mean, he still lives in Middlesbrough.
Yeah. I agree, I agree with you, Stevie. I mean, his routine has got very old. He's still doing the same routine as he was back in the sort of 90s, and I'm not over keen on some of his routine when it comes to sort of how he talks about Pakistani people, and some of it's a bit. It's no need for that. You can be funny without some of what he does.
Oh yeah,
but hey, that's just personal views. Personal view. I think he's getting too old to be doing it now. To be fair,
I know he's had some health problems recently, started losing his voice, and
we had throat cancer years ago.
Yeah, I think he's had a knee done, and I think he's might had his hip done as well.
He also had heart surgery.
Oh, you see. I found it, Mike.
You got to remember it. Chubbs is well in his 80s.
Yeah, he's talking about it. I'm not sure how old he is.
I think he's in his 80s, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, 79.
Yeah, close enough.
Another year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pointless question. Has anybody actually seen anything worth buying, vape-wise?
I found a bargain on VG.
Yes, you did. Yes.
I mean, in reply to you, Stevie, all I'm going to say is Mick Miller doing the drunk child presenter doing Noddy. Fucking golden.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, that is really good. Funny.
Oh, God. Lee's seen another guitar.
Oh, jeez.
What are you after now, Lee? 8 string?
Here.
Yeah, the drunk Noddy sketch is brilliant.
Must admit, I've not watched Mick Miller for years.
I like Mick Miller. I mean, he's getting on now, bless him, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like those comedians, though, or the ones who were in the TV show, The Comedians.
You've got to remember, the comedians started in the early 70s.
Yeah.
So these comedians are all clocking on or dead.
Yeah. Bernard Manning. Bless him. Butterscotch camo. Ooh. That sounds sexy. You do realise you're going to run out of space house, you know, Lee.
Wait.
Yeah, you have to buy next door.
Did you buy the wonky chomp chews for Jasper, or were they for you, Steve? Have you been eating Jasper's chewy biscuits again?
Well, he's got to do something to try and keep his teeth strong.
What?
Oh, that's all right. I just got this vision. I've got a vision now of Stevie and Jasper having a fight over a chew.
Somehow I think Jasper would probably win.
Oh, I don't know. Stevie can be pretty determined. No, just at the minute, there's been nothing of interest really.
No. I was looking on Fogstar for some batteries. I think I need to update some batteries.
So the only thing on my list is I know I'm low on a few concentrates I got to restock on, but
I'm not too bad for concentrates. I just ordered some more.
oh gee.
Well, while I was on Chef's, I had to order some more concentrates to get the free postage.
You didn't
have to order more.
You didn't have to.
No, but I thought it might be a good idea. Bearing in mind the government.
Well, yeah.
Why is everybody vaping on tonight? Because I've got some old stuff out tonight. So.
I'm on my usual plus the King Salt Shamrock.
I swear he's addicted to that.
I've still got half a box left.
Believe it or not, I'm actually vaping on a store-bought juice.
Yeah, this is store-bought. This is store-bought.
It was gifted from somebody at work. Tell me how much sense this makes. You buy the freeze version of a juice line, and you're surprised and irritated that it has menthol in it. Like,
this is what we call a moron.
But it's the watermelon strawberry from Juice Head, so it's not bad, but I can't vape it all day. It's too sweet.
I'm just on my.
Was that American?
What's that?
I said, was that a moron or American?
Same thing, isn't it?
I was going to say both.
Just to trigger Steve, I'm on the Gen 200 with the iTank 2 and Kerner the Black.
You've upset him now. You're going to get.
Lux XR Max as usual with Adamaxi gummy roots. Zion with the Atemporal with some Nom Noms Black Nombongo. Sunbox and the Pulse Bridge with some Lucius lemon tart. That's what I'm on at the moment. I did recoil the Aries finale, but I put a slightly low ohmage coil in it. 0.44, which is a smidgen toasty. So.
Then Matt remembers this one.
Oh, yeah.
We went through the old box of stuff the other day and just started grabbing, different drippers, and that came out. So I'll tell you what, though, it's still a good flavor for what it is.
I'm on my lipo box with Asgard 30 on top.
Ooh.
The Achu with a TM24 Pro on. Yes, I actually got a mech out for once. The armor, bit of Mike Vapes magic on. Another Blaze in there. He's a pain in the arse, Mike Vape, isn't he? Because he does do good fucking bridges.
Mm.
He does do good fucking. I do hope Mike can come back. Going back to the Mike Vapes thing, I hope Mike can come back to doing what he does, because it's a big part of his life, like he said, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's also a big part of his life that he did with his missus. So,
Yeah.
I'm sure whatever he does in time, I wish him luck, whatever he decides to do. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was watching that live they did the other day, and he even mentioned that that's one of the things he wants to get back into is the reviews, because that keeps his head going in what he loves doing. It's a good distraction.
It's
How many companies have been sending him products nonstop, even though they told him to stop sending them.
I just hope people don't pester him for reviews, because just leave the man alone for now.
Well, I think he did tell people to stop sending him stuff, and he still getting sent
that
stuff.
was the problem. Is all the companies are still sending him products.
They will, because it's China, isn't it? And China's attitude is, you can still review. Well, no, his brain's not in the right place to be to do that. So he's probably one of the only reviewers who I will actually bother watching.
Him and Daniel occasionally.
I watch Daniel now and again. Yeah.
When if you follow his wiki tutorials, you're not sitting there at the end of it going, damn it. So it works out.
Yeah.
True. The leak method by Vic. I don't know where he got this. I don't know where this damn method came from, but it doesn't fucking work. It does not work.
Not with most of what I use.
I mean, if I have a dripper, I might use that method.
Little damn leak.
I just roll the cotton, shove it through the coil, snip, shove it in, done.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well,
it ain't rocket science.
It is to Vic.
Do you know, I was thinking about something. Where Vic lives, right, in the small town of Irving on the west coast. Just down the coast from him is a small, very famous place, better known for the legend of Sawney Bean. You don't reckon Vic is in some way related to the Sawney Bean family, do you? He wasn't like some long-distant cousin of the fucking cannibals.
That would explain why we've never actually seen his mother.
Vic's in this little cave. Vic's in this little cave eating people.
Because where was Sawney Bean again? Wasn't it near Loud or something like that?
Yeah, it's not far from Vic, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon Vic is secretly Sawney Bean.
Yeah, it's still on the west coast. Yeah, because one night I made the mistake of when I was feeling rather tired. I'd been at college all day and doing a thing at night in the restaurant, in the restaurant kitchens, and missed the turning for Kilmarnock. And ended up having to go the coast road. Went through Guruk, Glards, Fairley, Drossens. I did another 45. Yeah, not when it's pitch black at night.
No, it is a bit. I've been down there in winter, in November, when it was snowing. That was interesting. That's all I'm saying. Fuck me, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, it's always interesting with the snow.
We stopped at Fort William. I can't remember the name of the actual. There's a bed and breakfast place there. Really nice one. Looks out over the lot. And it was snowing, and Dad said, "I know, we'll go up to Oban. Dad, it's snowing." That's all right. Oh, you can drive to me, so I end up fucking having to drive.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's scary. Some of that road, you look over, like there's a few bits where it's like, fuck's sake.
Yeah. If we slip here, we're fucked. Yeah.
It is one of those.
Yeah.
There's a road for you to go down when you come over. I can think of a few good roads in Ireland to take Tyler on and scare him.
Oh, God.
The Atlantic Coast Road is like that. That's a good one. It's all right. The Irish have put safety provisions in. There's a wall, a dry stone wall with a wire fence on top. The wire fence comes to halfway up my thigh. That's the safety. And when you look over, it's a 600-foot drop down to the beach. That's most of it's single track road.
So not only could you also go through the wall, but the wire fence will cut you in half at the same time.
That'll cut you to bits, and then you're going down jagged rocks, and you'll land in the water at the bottom and be smashed to bits. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's very, very picturesque around there, though. Really picturesque.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
But the fucking it's the old farmers around there. They come flying around the corner on the wrong side of the road, straight towards you. It's like,
just a little.
Yeah.
There's one or two roads around me that are like that.
Yeah. Well, there definitely is around Yorkshire and all up the coast out there. There's some good roads.
These. We've got some lovely little back roads, single track roads, dead straight. You think, oh, it's great. You can see what you're doing, except it's all hidden dips all over the place.
Yeah.
So if somebody's coming the other way, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You don't see him until you almost hit him.
Well, the trouble round here is because it's mostly farmers, and you'll get it anywhere where there's a lot of farmers. They come to the end of their gateway. They're thinking about where they're going. They're not thinking about the road, so they just pull out.
It's the same around here.
I know roughly where most of the farms are, so you always slow down a bit near them just in case. Mind you, the surprise was the other week going to town when I came flying around the corner and the blind bend and across the road is like about 300 sheep in the middle of the road. You think, oh, well, it looks like we're waiting.
Yeah.
It's fuck all you do. Just sit there waiting for them to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound your horn. It's almost like they look at you and go, yeah, fuck you, shouldn't you? Yeah,
well, that worked. That
fuck you
works.
on
That's
about.
nice.
Yeah, what you on about? Yeah.
Oh, it tests more than your brakes, Lee. It tests something else. Tests the fabric of your underpants as well. It's like,
What? Want to eat this? What? Oh, that's it.
sinister sheep. Yeah.
So we have plenty of sinister sheep up here.
There's a few of them in power in Parliament. Maybe that's what we need to do. Have sheep in.
I think the sheep are cleverer.
Could be.
It's the Welsh that you've got to watch.
No, I suppose technically I'm sinister anyway. Because that's left-handed.
Well, technically, yes. If you go by religion, you would be seen as sinister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who's left-handed is sinister. Yeah. It was seen as evil in the Middle Ages. It was seen as a sign of evil.
Yeah. I didn't know they knew me that well.
He's just admitted that he's been around since the Middle Ages.
Well, if I didn't admit it, you'd only tell me I was anyway.
He saw the building of Whitby Abbey. If you ever go to if you go to Whitby Abbey, you'll find Bill was here written in it.
And that's in the foundation stone.
Oh dear.
At least I wrote it in Norse.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, you do come across a few in Ormfirth area.
Ormfirth is a lovely area. Lovely part of the world.
Except if you're driving it at 2 o'clock in the morning and there's sheep loose.
I can think of a vape shop there that's crap.
Yeah, so can I.
It's owned by a moron.
Didn't think he was that clever.
I'll move this subject on quickly before I get in any more trouble.
It's a good job.
I thought you said Wales.
Eh?
I thought that was Wales. Conwy Valley?
No. The one that Dave invited to join his show, who then quit just after David got the t-shirts done.
Oh yeah. He always bought 2 of everything, didn't he?
Yeah. Dipshit Danny. Who I kept calling out about doing a build on a live and he didn't even do it.
I only want one thing. It's not love. It's not money. They keep saying I need $20 on that. Please help. So every time someone
No, I can't see any way past this current vaping problem we've got. I'm going to be interested to see what comes from other people and other shows and see what they have to say about it. Now,
I'm hoping they finally actually start to say something with a positive slant.
The issue is... Sorry, go on, Craig.
I did see that Grim Green had put a little post. I put a little post on Instagram about it.
Yeah. I don't really follow Instagram much.
I'm surprised he didn't tag Vic in it. Because Vic upset Grim, didn't he? Giving it the big one. He was telling Grim how you should have done this and you should have done this. With the American vape bans. Now, if Grim was going to be childish about it, Grim's got a direct chance now to have a fucking dig back. I don't think Grim will be that childish person.
I don't honestly think Grim would actually be that petty. He doesn't come over. He doesn't come over as the sort of petty person that would do that anyway.
He's a nice guy, Grim.
Yeah.
Very nice guy.
I don't have a problem doing it, though.
No, I don't. If I can upset Vic, I will.
Yeah, Vic, you're a dick. Hold your finger out and start trying to do something about this vape duty.
I think a lot more companies will go down the concentrate route, though.
What sounds good to you?
Do buy the concentrate as the bottle shot.
As a bottle shot, they might not get away with it. It might have to be concentrates only.
Yeah.
Individual flavors.
I'm interested.
These three flavors, this size bottle of each, mix them together in a 250ml bottle.
But how many people are going to do it?
They're not.
They're not.
Just going to have a quick Dave break.
But that might be the only way. Yeah, that might be the only way of doing it, though, because if they hit concentrates, complete base flavors, they'll take out the lot. They'll hit them with the duty as well.
Yeah, but if it's only the likes of a 20ml or 30ml of concentrate.
Yeah, but you look at a lot of them, the 50ml of concentrate.
No, but you only need one extra
250ml bottle. We're using lower grade concentrates. You look how many of them are 20 and 25% concentrate.
Yeah.
Because they're not using the super concentrates or anything. They're using
because most of the bottle shots are 20%. Yeah. But even still, it's still going to be cheaper than spending an extra 20. It's still going to be cheaper if you think about it. Oh,
it's still going to be. They're still going to go up by 15 quid.
Yeah, but it's not going to be It's not going to end up costing you the 30 quid for 120ml shot though than it would if you'd be mixing 250ml of liquid.
True. But it depends if they close that loophole.
Yeah.
Exterminate.
The problem is, I can see them closing that loophole because what they'll be hitting people on is the premix.
Mm.
I've exterminated the toilet.
You know, they will get people on the premix base, so they still get charged. Well, 200 mil of a premix. So you're looking at an extra 50 quid, 55 quid to make a 250 mil bottle.
No, I need a pack of gummies.
Because there's a lot of people who won't use PG and VG as separate. Still, they have to use it as the premix base.
Yeah, it's
People will then just have to suck it up and do it that way.
But they're going to finish up not actually really saving anything.
Mm.
You get one Lunchable this week, the rest of the week you're getting sandwiches.
the future is not looking very very sunny, is it?
No.
Thing is, you're gonna have all these companies doing a like what the TPD liquid sales were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going to have. There's going to be shit. I mean, you could look at it on a way of for a couple of months, you're going to have shitloads of sales. You're going to be able to buy shitloads of cheap e-liquid. The issue is after that, you're fucked.
Yeah.
This is a reality, and this is what we've been trying to get over to people for the past 7 odd months.
Mm.
And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be getting through to certain people. So
Another issue though is those places that sell off cheap e-liquids just before it comes in. Where are they going to get the money to buy it in new stock to keep the business going?
Was it not?
It's going to
fall.
It'll be a closing down sale.
Exactly. It's going to be closing down. Yep, that's it. I can honestly think, I think that some companies, I think probably e-cig 1 will go. Vaping 101 probably. A lot of those sort of companies and a hell of a lot of the smaller ones, sort of SR Vape, possibly with Nature Vape.
Yeah.
Although Mark tends to be more on he's not his main business, so he might be okay.
Yeah, but don't forget Mark with Nature Vape. That's his hobby. Nature Vape's his hobby.
But can he afford to keep a business running without the e-liquid side? Because he must make. I know quite a few people do buy e-liquid through Mark.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know what Mark makes profit level. You know, that's not none of my business. Or what Mark will do. He might call it a day. So enough's enough.
Stupid little things that at the moment nobody thinks about. You buy a short fill, you get 3 nick shots.
Yeah.
You're not going to get 3 nick shots anymore. So your nick shots are going to be 4 quid.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people sat there who are going to sit there and thinking, well, it's cheaper to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, your nick shots, if they are going to cost you closer to the region of 7 quid.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of places charge you £1.50.
Yep.
Yeah. And they still have to have the same markup as they've got now.
Yeah.
After
It's
they
more,
paid
it's more depressing. The more you think about it, the more depressing it actually gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not just the duty. The shops, from a trading point of view, from a tax point of view, they'll have to have the same markup on their liquid. So if the duty is made their liquid cost them 40 quid, and they've got a 50% markup, they've got to charge 60 quid.
Yep.
Well, at the minute they're buying for 7 and selling for 10. That duty is going to have a markup, the same markup on it.
Yeah. So it's
because the tax accountants are going to go, hang on a minute, you can't cut your margins like that.
the only people.
Why is your margin gone?
I mean, the only people who are going to be kind of maybe make it through are people who sort of do their business from home. People like Mark Naturebate, because Mark does his from his. I think Mark does his from his home residence. Not that I'm saying that in any way Mark is dodgy or it's not.
No.
But Mark does his from his home place. So Mark might be better, but he's still going to lose a lot of money.
I don't think I think any company that relies on the margins from e-liquid,
They're fucked.
which is most of them, because the biggest margin's on e-liquid.
Yeah. How are you going to make that money? There is no way to make that money back.
No.
I mean, you could put your price levels up on devices and make some money back.
But people aren't going to spend the extra money. Like I said, the tax man looks at it though. Right, your current turnover is 500,000. Your profit on that is 250,000. With the new duty, your turnover is 1.5 million, so your profit should be 750,000. Because the profit margin has to stay the same. You go, hang on a minute, you can't suddenly be turning double the money over and only making a quarter of the profit. Because that's not how businesses work. And that's where the problem's going to come in. And it's going to fold probably 3/4 of the high street. Including the chains.
Yeah, totally wicked are going to be fucked.
Yeah. Same goes for VPZ.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I will cry about VPZ going, but.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would be so upset about VPZ going.
I hope those two brothers. I hope they fucking end up penniless. Quite honestly, because they have done some real dodgy scams over the years.
Well, I've talked to a couple of managers in different VPZ shops, and they weren't prepared to do anything a year ago when we started talking about some of that stuff.
No, they're
interested. They just want money.
Profit. That's it.
They don't care about the reason for vaping.
Nope.
Well, look at like new products. What is the Pixel going for over there right now?
80 quid.
It's 85 quid on e-cig one. It's 75 quid on SR vapes.
But give it what, a week and a half, 3 weeks max, and they're gonna probably have some deal on it. They'll have coupons and everything. You know, over here you're looking at $100 minimum just for the mod.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, what ends up happening is now that they're going to be bringing taxation in on liquid, that gives them free rein on taxation on devices.
Yes.
Well, either that or like they were saying,
which is what we also said 7 months ago.
they're either going to tax devices or companies are going to raise the price of devices to cover their loss on e-liquids.
Yeah.
Either way, us going out and buying these things just for the fun of it is gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just because we think, oh, fuck it, I'll just fancy a new device.
Yeah.
We're going to end up going through our cupboards and pulling out devices that we haven't used at all.
Yeah, and the funny part is being older devices, watch them actually work. After
Well,
sitting for a year.
Ain't much can go wrong with that.
Wow.
I've only actually had 3 mods fail. And I've even the old Relo from 2015, the original batch 1 Relo.
Yeah.
Charge the batteries up, put them in, it works.
Yeah, I've only had one fail, which was an internal, the original EVIC, one of the when Totally Wicked brought out the ones that looked like the Mustangs, had to put that sort of paintwork. Yeah, the battery failed on that, but that was after about 3 or 4 years of use.
I've got mods here that are, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old, easy. Still going.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, the future does not look so good.
Oh yeah, the original gen, Vaporesso gen that I had, the 510 pin. One time it had been slowly getting loose over time anyway, but of course one of the last times I dropped it, 510 pin jumped out.
So I put some gummy bears on there so that she got the same amount.
So what? While it is time.
Yeah.
No, please do it.
And at the end of the day, these were never made to last.
Yeah. Well, if you get 6 months out of them or a year out of them, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah, and the screen went on the double barrel I had.
Can't remember what happened. Oh, I think the switch went on one. And I couldn't be asked to fix it, so I threw it.
The screen had been slowly going. I think the Death Nail was using it as a hammer because I couldn't find a hammer.
It was probably a better use. It was probably a better use.
It was going to be getting thrown anyway.
But we're now looking down the barrel of a shotgun. End of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's definitely the light at the end of the tunnel is the front of an oncoming train.
Yeah.
Quick, somebody get me some rope and Vic. I'm going to tie him to the tracks. Well, he said it doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, he'll be safe, won't he?
He's like I said. I'm like I said. I'll call Vic out if he doesn't do something now. Sorry, but not sorry if he goes under.
Well, I think he's heading that way anyway, to be honest. I think he has been for a while. I think any of the reviewers that are relying on vaping to keep their channel going are pretty much they're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be that guy, but what good did it do moving if you're going to go to a country where they're going to tax your e-liquid that bad?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but it would also be interesting.
But yeah.
But it'll also be. Sorry, Bill.
He's not done anything serious to try and come back and make people aware and say, what can we try to do?
Well, that's the frustrating part. You've got a big enough fan base. You go live and have how many people join your lives? Spend 10 minutes on the subject.
Yeah.
Oh, he's too busy showing his latest version of the stubby that's going to fall apart, and and you're going to end up spending an extra 200 quid on it because it's got a shiny picture of Bogan super glued to the side of it.
Well, that's like, I was looking at Vapors Club the other day to see like what they had and everything, see if any sales or anything was hitting.
Yep.
Sure enough, they have the new version of the stubby out. $260 for a DNA 60.
£70 for a DNA 60.
Exactly.
All you need is a felt tip and write Bogan on the side, and you can get 250 for it.
There you go.
Could get him to sign it. Get him to sign it with a Sharpie.
I'm not defacing it with defacing a decent mod with Bogan.
We could do a blood splatter version if I hit him hard enough.
Exclusive, real Bogan blood. Is that the one where you take all the side panels off, hit him with it, so you get the blood splatter, then put clear panels back?
There you go. Oh, we've started a new genre.
We've got a new business.
Going round punching reviewers.
Custom blood splattering.
Vic,
But you got to do with their own products.
Yeah, everyone unique.
Oh, well, I can't. How can I do Vic? How can I punch Vic with a Kelpie?
I was just going to say blood splatter Kelpie.
Fucking hit him with a Kelpie, it'll disappear. The water donkey.
Look at this. You can fit it around your waist.
Wonky donkey. Got ya!
Wanker. Vic's new RTA, the wonky donkey.
Instead of leak proof, it comes leaking when it comes in the package.
No, it's all right. It's just blood.
Comes with part of Vic.
Yep. It's cheaper than e-liquid, but it will be in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't know. That picture from Expo of him actually letting go of some money was, my heart was hurting for him a little bit, you know.
You sarcastic get. You're learning.
Mm.
Oh, I had to spend some money. Oh, yeah. What you mean? You couldn't get it free, like normal?
I just want. Thing is, there's been a few thinking how much discount did he get for
Right.
it.
You.
5 fingers.
Well, it was Stuart.
I saw one
Yeah.
bill exchange hands. I didn't see the size of the bill, but I saw one bill, not multiple. So he got some kind of
It was
discount.
a £20 note.
It was Stuart Liggins, so I wouldn't have thought he'd have got much discount. To be fair,
No.
I know Stuart's a bit of a tight ass with his mods, which is fair dues.
I was gonna say, but think about the time it takes to actually make those mods.
I know.
Not as much as he makes out. Because if you look, they're not well finished.
They're all square.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what. There's no shape to any of Stuart's mods. That's been my criticism.
Well, it's my criticism. It's why I'll never buy one of his mods, because they're too angular.
And personally, me and Stuart don't get on. I just don't like the man. I think he's not a fan of him, but that's a personal thing. Nothing against his business.
But I don't like the product he's making. Not for the price he's charging.
I know Vic has in the past got quite a few freebies off him, though.
Mm. Most of the ones that I looked at were 280, 250, 280.
No, you've been trying to take food off our plate all week.
Yeah.
So a £20 note changing hands is nothing.
That's why you guys need to be sitting down and finishing your food.
Could have all been staged.
Wouldn't put it past them.
As it's coming up to 2 hours, shall we call it a night before we run out of stuff to talk about, which we did about an hour ago?
It has been one of those weeks, hasn't it?
Unless you want to talk about the similarity between Vic and a hemorrhoid. They're both an irritating pain in the arse.
That's true.
And you can scratch a hemorrhoid.
Well, you can scratch Vic. He won't like it. But
Yeah, but at least you can get cream for hemorrhoids.
go to the doctors, ask them, have you got any cream for a Vic?
But,
Go on then, you guys. Do your goodbyes.
I'll start for a change. Yeah, it's been a bit of a negative show this week, but it's had to be. The group is there for anybody who needs us. We don't always talk negatively, so if you need any help, just drop a line to any of us. We're always going to be there at some point, and if you need that help, we'll never turn you down. And I hope everybody has a really good week. Be nice to each other. Over to you, Craig.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. As Bill said, a little bit negative this week. Hopefully we'll have something a bit more positive for next week. Yeah, group. The fuck's just happened there? I thought I just lost my screen there.
You froze for a second.
Yeah.
I'll send you the screenshot of how you looked afterwards.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, before my screen actually just my thing just disappeared. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. We will be back again next week. As Bill said, the group is there if anyone needs any help and support. Hope everyone has a good week, and I shall pass it on to Tyler.
Thank you, Greg. Well, can't say much you guys haven't said already. You guys know the group's there. You know we're here if you need anybody. Especially with all the regulations coming in. If you're going to start mixing and you need some kind of just a general direction pointed to what you're doing, whether it's me, Matt, Bill, Craig, I know does some stuff. If you guys need help, get one of us. It's not a big deal. You know, if you get comfortable with it now, maybe when the regulations fully hit, it's not going to be that bad if you have yourself already set up a little bit with your mixing, you know. But that's it for me this week, guys. Everybody have a good week. Matt, say your goodbyes.
Yeah, not a lot I can say, really. Same old shit, different week. We'll see what happens with the vape ban. Well, it's in now, so there's not a lot we can do about that. Be interesting to see what happens with other people in the vape community and see if they actually do have anything to say. As opposed to the usual response that's been on Facebook of, oh, fuck, a vape ban. Let's try something a bit more intelligent, guys. We will be here next week. If you need us, you know where to contact us. Apart from that, yeah, we shall love you all, and we shall see you all next week, guys. So, ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye, bye.
Ta-da.